Hey you guys, I'm not really sure where to start off this video, so I'm just sitting in a menu, but I wanted to talk about something that always used to confuse me back when global chat was a thing. Um, I can't show it because I think it's been completely disabled, but when you used to play this game when I was just a little Stonewood rookie, going in, doing my first Storm Shield defense, I was all proud of myself. I, um, I would see in the global chat all the time, anybody got a 130 knock or 130 gravedigger, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And it just confused the hell out of me for so long. And I made this video as like a super beginner's guide because I'm going to talk about a couple of things that people might be interested in later on, even if you're a higher level. But if you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering exactly what I was wondering. And what always just bugs me nowadays is I should finish that point in saying that like it's not really a thing anymore, because not only did they remove the global chat because I think it was broken and completely unused other than scammers, traders, and just general nonsense. Gravediggers got re-released, so like that's a schematic that a lot of people have now, not everybody, but for a week in what was it, Halloween there, it did come out and all of us active players were able to grab a schematic. And now I just see it in my stream chat. But that used to be a thing where I was really confused, like what is a 130? What is God roll? And honestly, I'm going to start on God roll because that's this title thumbnail is not clickbait. God roll is not really a thing anymore. So, I'm going to tell you a story. Back in the day, before they added the perk recombobulator, that's literally what this thing is called, where you can change perks and upgrade them however you please. There used to be a system where you would get a schematic, and whatever perks it had and whatever rarity those perks were final, and that was it. And every once in a while, you'd get a guy who would be extremely lucky to receive a weapon that was quote unquote God roll, where all the perks were maxed by default. And that made them very, very good in the trading industry. Now, I'm going to warn against all you low level players right now, or anybody who just doesn't know, don't trade ever. I honestly, I've heard stories of a friend. I've heard stories of friends that were friends for like 3 years getting screwed over by a trade. Like my boy, I don't even remember who it was. I don't want to get that. I think it was Trinty. Trinty, if you're out there, shouts to you. I think it was him telling me the story in stream, who was trading with his friend because they were rediscovering an exploit in the game. I don't want to get him banned, where they were acquiring lots and lots of sleek, or not sleek, efficient mechanical parts, where our boys over here grabbed themselves about 20 or 30k. And he dropped like 3,000 sunbeam to his friend of 3 years, and he just took it and ran. So don't ever trade. If it's like a really close friend and it's not that big of a deal, you know, if he needs some nuts and bolts and you need some duct tape and, you know, whatever. But don't throw away guns and all that. The amount of times I've seen in my comment section and on my streams especially where people are like, yo, my entire inventory is gone, can I have a gun? Just play the game, man. Just play the game, all right? But anyway, God roll, not a thing, all right? Nowadays, with the new systems, now that you can change your perks and upgrade them, to say that you got a gun to God roll is an oxymoron. And the most amount of rarity that you can get that I've seen nowadays, and this is from experience in the time that I've been playing in the past half year plus, and I've been playing longer, I just mean in that time. Like, I've never ever seen a gun come with a. I've never seen a schematic come with any perk higher than blue. So, quote unquote, God roll is now all blues. Now, my point in that is to say that, like, you can just upgrade your guns. You can play through the game. You don't need to trade, and that God roll is not really a thing. However, what people are typically referring to when they say they got a God roll 130, 130 is the highest level in the game. And this is something that I feel like is worth sharing because not a ton of people know, believe it or not. If you think that I'm stupid, then this video might not be who I'm targeting. But 130s is just kind of a rarity level. You can evolve your gun 4 times with a maximum of 5 like tiers. Most of your guns come as copper. If it's a legendary, it'll come as copper, and the rares are a bit different. They use like rotating gizmos instead of power cells and stuff like that. In fact, if you scroll down to the Founders Revolt, I can show that it crafts with rotating gizmos. It's just it's a different crafting. My point is, at least for gold weapons, let me just go back to the crafting thing here. The lowest copper maxed out would be 34, and then 58, and then 82 is right when you're getting like real good guns. These are the kind of guns that are gonna be just fine in Twine Peaks and Canny. Although by the time you're in Twine, you're probably gonna want 106s, and then 130 is just the maximum level that a gun can be. So 130 quote-unquote god roll would be maxed out perks, which you can see I've got quite a few of these, and I will tell you straight up, none of these came this way. I put a lot of time and effort to get these to be max perks, and that's kind of the term I like to popularize, is max perks. It's not one I invented, it's just what they're literally called. And I also wanted to show you guys a little bit of late game info, especially for the newer players if you guys don't know this yet. 106 is pretty much all you're ever going to need. Every single level in Twine is pretty much, it goes all the way up to player level 100, where the zombies will be, or power level, I should say. Player level is completely different. Power level 100, where a 106 is going to be, frankly, overkill, because the number on the gun scales quite well. If you're using a 106 Gravedigger in a 100 zone, you are pretty much on par. The only time that it goes above 100 are 94 4 players, where you'll be fighting, I think, 90 or 109s, and then 104 players, where the zombies will be 118 when the mission starts. And then Twine peaks. So I recently just did my Twine 9 and 10 respectively. I'll show some quick clips on there where I'll show that the Twine 9 can get into the 132s, and then Twine 10 gets to 140, and then like 8, 7, 6 I think are all over 100, if I'm not mistaken. And those are pretty much the only times that you're ever really going to quote-unquote need a 130 gun. 106s are extremely powerful. 130s are more or less probably for the next area that they'll add after Twine. And I'm only saying this because it's just something to look out for. Like, if you can craft 106s, do it. I mean, whatever. But that kind of goes for 130s. If you can craft 130s, do it. I mean, look at this. I've got plenty of Sunbeam. I've got plenty of, oops, I scrolled down too far. Plenty of Efficient right here. I've got way more in storage. Like, I'm chilling. I can craft 130s all I want. So I do it. I know that they're overkill for a lot of missions, but if you can afford it, then why not? And I only wanted to share this just because, I don't know, it was a question I had. Maybe not that many people would be interested. Maybe this is a bunch of load of crap that high-level fans of mine already know. But if you're a lower level, just getting new at the game, hopefully these are some good early game tips. You know, just don't evolve your guns too fast. Stick to your player level. You know, if you're in Stonewood and the highest missions you're fighting are in like the 20s, don't evolve it to silver yet. If you can afford silver, then do it. Just kind of be smart about it. Thanks to the new system, I'll be linking this video if it's uploaded yet, or I'll put it in the description when it's private or whatever. You can now, I'm not going to do this, but you can now recycle guns where you've that you've spec'd into. So if I wanted to, like, say, screw the Hemlock, I don't want this anymore, I can get all the legendary epic perk back out of it, and a bunch of the reperk as well. So that's super good. Again, I'm not going to click that because I really like the Hemlock. I'm not going to get rid of this thing. But it is an option for you. So at least things are a lot nicer now, especially with down crafting. I kind of demonstrated that with my Bobcat. If you do craft to 130, you can just craft a 106 or a 30 or an 82. 82 is about as cheap as I go, because when I play in Twine as much as I do, I get more malachite than silver and copper. So malachite's kind of the cheapest thing for me to craft, because I've got all this, oops, that's the wrong tab. I've got all this malachite, and I pretty much just give it away on people on stream. So if you ever want any malachite and I've got a slot open, don't pester me, you guys. I'm a very giving person. I got a bunch of these gravediggers I'm actually just looking to offload, but don't ask a whole bunch of times. You know, if I play with you, I'll probably shoot you one of these. I don't really care. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out. Hopefully that answers some of your early game questions. And enjoy. Hopefully I'll make more videos. Leave some comments below if you guys were curious about anything else. Honestly, if you're a low-level player watching this and you're curious about any mechanic in the game, comment on it. I'll probably make a video on it.